Hello YouTube, this is the Bucket coming at you today with the Walther PPQ M1 in 9mm. This is a striker-fired polymer firearm with steel and more steel. This gun came out in that huge rush of striker-fired guns. Glock had been around for a while, and all the manufacturers started to come out with their own striker-fired firearms. SIG did the P320. Walther, of course, did the PPQ. H&K did the VP9. There was this big rush to come out with a striker-fired option for each company. And this is really what they came out with, and this is the M1, so it has the paddle style mag release, which you know the Bucket really enjoys that particular one. My VP9 SK has this. I found that I can go ahead and get the mag out without having to change my grip, where if you have a button, a lot of times you have to change your grip. So I do like this particular paddle release. Mine I picked up used. It does have tritium night sights on it. The PPQ is no longer being made. The PDP has replaced it, so it would have an optic cut on it. Now, if you're like the Bucket, I don't need an optic cut, so this is a really cool option for people that want to get a firearm that maybe you could pick up used in a gun shop, pick it up on arms list. Now that the PDP has replaced this, and now that Walther has stopped producing this gun, we're in a unique time right now in 2021 where the values of these are starting to go down a little bit, and yet you can get a really great firearm. This comes with 3 separate back straps, so you can adjust it. Unlike the VP series, it doesn't have the side plates, but the ergonomics of this gun is just fabulous. It feels great in your hand. Your hand naturally gets a really high purchase on the firearm. The controls are really easy to get to, yet on the VPs, they're a little bit further back, which I've had a problem where with my high hold, I had a tendency to ride that slide stop, slide release, which meant that sometimes the gun did not stay locked back because I was riding it. This one is still easy to get to, but my thumb doesn't ride on it, yet I could still get it to drop it down, which I do like that a lot. I like night sights. Some people think they're, you know, a little ridiculous. I like the night sights, so that was really good for me. I will tell you that it seems like there's a lot of weight kind of high up, kind of a high bore axis. So I'm excited to get this to the range to see if it really does have more felt recoil, more muzzle flip on it. I'm interested to see how that works out. These will come with 2 magazines. Mine happened to come with 3. The takedown is kind of Glock-esque, where you pull these tabs down. Now, what I like about this gun is, so when you look at a Glock style, this is the STK 100. It's got these small tabs where sometimes if you don't have, you know, nails, it can be kind of hard to get to. I like that they put these big pads on it, and it makes it really easy to disassemble this firearm. You didn't have to pull the trigger or anything. It does have a captive recoil spring, which I do like that. You're going to get that Walther quality in the machining, very little machine marks. Barrel's real nice. You've got a polished feed ramp. Just great, that kind of great quality that you would expect from a classic company like Walther that's been around for as long as it has. Now, you have to remember, this is the company that invented the PPK, the Walther PP, the Walther P38. They've just been producing great firearms for a long, long time. Now, what made this one different from Glock, from the VP9, from the P320, from the M&P series, is all of those striker-fired guns, when the slide moves back, it half cocks the striker. And then when you pull the trigger, you have to pull through that striker all the way back, and then it releases, causing the firing pin to hit the primer and go forward from there. What Walther did is when the slide moves back, the striker is fully cocked, which means that the trigger pull on these guns are real light, are real crisp, very little mush. So, you know, you get your take up, there's just a defined wall, and then, man, it is light. It is a light trigger pull. Very short reset, little bit of take up, and then you're ready to go again. Most people consider this particular firearm to have the best striker fired trigger in the business. And this is so light and so easy to pull the trigger that Walther actually hedges its bets and says this is not a conceal and carry firearm because the trigger is so light. And I understand it. I mean, it is a light trigger, making this great for home defense, very easy to shoot. I'm excited to get it to the range to see just how wonderful. I've actually never fired one of these PPQs, so I'm excited to get her to the gun range. If you like what I had to say today, go ahead and hit that like button. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Please share this with all your friends, and go ahead and hit that notification bell. And you stay classy, YouTube.
I learned a lesson. Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.